Everybody, Mike here with September 2020 Merch by Amazon sales update. Let's jump right into the numbers and kind of go over what's been happening over the last couple of months. The numbers, as you can see here, previous month, which would be September, 123 sales, total profits of $390. Let's actually dive into this a little more just to see what's been happening, like I said, over the last couple of months. And then I'll go into some of the specific information that I've been noticing. For me personally, merch it's kind of going through a little process. There's so much happening behind the scenes with Amazon, going into new marketplaces, expanding in Europe. Now we have Japan, and then after April here and March, due to COVID, most of my products that are selling now are products that haven't sold, for example, throughout, let's say, for the last like 6-7 months. So the products that are basically becoming live again and active are the ones that have either never sold or were new designs that I probably posted, for example, in January or February or March before the listings started coming down. So the way I was actually thinking about this, because I want to make some changes when it comes to my Merch by Amazon account. I want to invest a lot more time, and especially now with all these different marketplaces, there's so much opportunity. And then myself being at a tier 8,000, I would consider my performance or success very low, because when it comes to what I could be doing with the number of listings, and for example, the number of sales that I'm getting, and which niches and what's going on, for example, there's a lot more work that can be done. So anyways, let's get into the numbers, and then I'll do maybe like a short little overview of what I've been noticing. So for new people that are watching this, anybody who's new to my channel, I'm at a tier 8,000. I have a total sales, as you can see here, 6,450, $107,628 in sales, with royalties of about 18,500. Now this is low, and I know that that's low because that's by choice. But at some point I made a strategic move to really lower my royalties, and this is what I was kind of mentioning a few minutes ago with this new change. I believe that was a mistake. So there was no real benefit to actually having prices to be lower, which would mean that my royalties would be lower. It didn't translate into more sales. Actually, what I've noticed is the items that I've left with a suggested price, or some that are even higher, I've actually been getting more sales. So it was kind of counterintuitive, and it didn't make sense. So my initial thought that lower price equals higher sales, at least for my account, was wrong. So last couple of months, again since May, this was a ramp up. From COVID, from 0 listings being live, I was at 86 sales. You can see June 95, 122. So it was going up slowly, and I kind of expected a slow growth. But then in August, it went down, and now, I mean, the difference is 13 sales. But again, it's just nice to see visually that the sales are going up. So we'll see what's going to happen in October. Now we're getting into Q4, so there's a lot of excitement and mystery, because things could get very unexpected, and sales can explode. As you can see here, when I'm scrolling back up, like this is when I was, I think, at a tier 1,000, maybe not even, I was getting huge amounts of sales, especially Q4. And now that I'm on this ridiculous level when it comes to items that I can sell and list, my sales are just kind of hovering around the same number. Let's dive into this a little deeper. So 123 sales, but again in the US market, $2,204 $2.76, as you can see here, in sales, and that translates to $390 in royalties. Now, the other thing that I've noticed is, and this is where this change comes in, is for the first time in probably a year, I'm just guessing a year, but ever since PopSockets started selling, they are not my number one item. They're not my top product. As you can see here, even though it's by one, for example, I've sold 48 standard t-shirts compared to 47 PopSockets, but this has never happened before, and these numbers were significantly higher. So in the past, for example, I would have 100 PopSockets compared to 50 t-shirts, and now t-shirts are catching up, and I have a feeling why that could be, because there's a bit of a political theme that I've started selling designs through. So because of the election coming up, but again, I don't have any huge sellers. I did have one PopSocket in the past where I would be getting, I think in its prime, I was getting over 200 sales a month, just that one item, because it did have a Amazon recommended tag. So there was a lot that was different probably a year ago. And so this is the one thing that I've noticed. Again, I do want to point out that I've sold one phone case. I really thought that this would, again, for the lack of a better word, explode. I really thought phone cases would be a huge hit. Now, mind you, I don't have a huge number of them listed, but still, I would guess probably over 100, maybe 150. But let's say about 100, and one sale. So that's definitely something that I need to re-examine and probably spend a little more time listing those products as well, because my plan was by this time to have probably close to 1,000 phone cases up for sale. But again, I've been kind of concentrating on these. I would say things that are popular in the news, like the election and that whole political situation, and I think that can generate some sales. Okay, so let's get off this screen, and the last thing I want to talk about is our other marketplaces. So this is directly, the previous screen was the Pretty Merch extension, and this is the Amazon's Analyze page. So as you can see here, US market, 123 sales, the ones that I've been talking about so far. Great Britain, 7, Europe, 5, and this actually, I was unable to list in Japan last night. So again, there's a lot of questions. Do I list it in English? Do I translate? Whenever I've been listing, for the German, French, Spanish marketplaces, I have been using Google Translate. There's a lot of manual work, but personally, I don't know anything about Japan, or I couldn't even guess if the translations are correct, or I really don't know. So there's some I guess education there that I need to go through. So in total, in adding these other sales, what are we looking at? 135 sales last month. So again, not a huge number, especially for my tier, but things are slowly improving. So we'll see. Like I said, I'm going to make some changes over the next couple of months. I'm actually pretty motivated with what's been going on. So I'll see where we end up. But anyways, that's it for today. Let's see. Just to recap, $2,204 in sales, total royalties $390, and for the first time in a while, PopSockets are not my top seller. Anyways, let me know how you guys are doing. I'm actually curious. Do you have, for example, anything that you've prepared? I know Halloween's coming up. There's people are probably thinking about Christmas and holidays and all that kind of stuff. Is anybody actually using the advertise tab? Are you guys running ads? All my sales are organic sales, so I'm not doing that. I'll probably start thinking about spending some money on ads. I've done it in the past. It didn't generate huge numbers of sales, so that's why I'm a little hesitant. But again, it always comes down to education. So I really need to learn about Amazon ads and how to capitalize on that. So anyways, like I said earlier, thanks for watching. Let me know how you guys are doing, and we'll get another video out soon. Thanks.